Yo, what's up guys? It's LOZA. You can see I got these fat proxies right here for the new Dark Magician support. We got Dark Magician of Destruction, looking fresh. We've got Timaeus, the United Magi Dragon. Just the one copy because it's all you really need. And Triple Gaze of Timaeus because I do think this new spell card's quite good even though it does have some weird downsides. But anyway, I thought we'd go over the new loop that this deck has that involves these two cards. So it involves Gaze and involves Dark Magician of Destruction here. And we'll try to, talk our way through that theory of what the new support's supposed to do. The new gameplay loop, if you will. The new Circle Eternal Soul, if you will. But anyway, let's move these cards off screen so we can start a little bit of combo magic, if you will. All right, well, today's combo is going to start from a couple of cards. We've got Primite Raw and Preparation of Rites, both equaling this combo. So this will be a one-card combo, which Dark Magician doesn't really have a lot of, so it's nice. Prep and Raw, both being non-int archetype spells, unfortunately. That just seems to be the nature of Dark Magician one-card combos. They seem to come from another archetype, unfortunately. Let's start with the Preparation of Rites version, though they are pretty much the same. So activate your Preparation of Rites. You're going to get Illusion of Chaos. Illusion of Chaos is going to get Magician Souls, right? So off the bat, we can just kind of put those away because we don't need them anymore. Magician Souls send itself to the graveyard to summon out the Dark Magician. Doesn't matter what position. You can now banish said Dark Magician and summon out your Dark Magician of Destruction. Dark Magician of Destruction effect will let you search the Gaze of Timaeus. Pretty much what you're going to do here is potentially link this away. Like if you have a way to link this away with another card, great. Otherwise, this will just have to stay on your field. You're going to set Gaze of Timaeus onto the opponent's turn. On the opponent's turn, you're going to flip Gaze at some point. You will shuffle, not tribute. You will shuffle this back to the extra deck. And that will allow you to summon out any Dark Magician fusion. So in this case, we will summon out Dragoon. So yeah, that's really nice. You might have noticed as well, I've got my sizes completely wrong on the proxies. These are standard Pokemon, Digimon, Magic size sleeves and cards, but that's okay. I really wish Yu-Gi-Oh was printed in this bigger size, but anyway, it's no biggie for proxies. But yeah, that's one card Dragoon, but of course, Gaze of Timaeus can be one card anything. So let's just go through some of the potential targets I'm playing. Dark Magicians and Dragon Knight. These are all one card, Dark Magician fusion. So if you have Dark Paladin here, if you have Dark Cavalry, if you want to summon Master of Chaos, right? They're all options, but on the opponent's turn, typically the best one, if we opened, just that prep from that one card combo, typically the best one you summon will be Dragoon with the other four cards in your hand being like hand traps or bricks, right? So that's kind of where we're going to lab today's combos from. Let's go over the same thing, but this time with the Primite Raw. So yeah, Primite Raw, we're going to pay 2k, unfortunately, but it's kind of worth it as well because it has another disruption. So Primite Raw paying 2,000 life points, summoning Dark Magician. And yeah, we kind of just streamlined the combo a little bit. We're going to banish him and summon the Dark Magician of Destruction. And you can kind of see where this is going, right? Grab Gaze, set Gaze on the opponent's turn, activate Gaze, shuffle this back, summon Dragoon. And yeah, Gaze will go to the graveyard. So what's cool about this is if you do manage to get another vanilla to the grave, Raw has a second effect, right? Where when your opponent normal summons, you can target a normal monster you control or engrave, banish a monster on the field with attack less than that monster. So you don't negate their normal summon effect, but you do at least banish it, which can be good, except if you're versing like Malice. So yeah, I think this is better. This is better than Prep, but obviously you have to be playing the Primite engine, which I think you still should be playing because Primite Fusion is also really good. We'll probably get into Primite Fusion in another video, but I didn't proxy it for this vid. But it's worth noting that you'll notice the new support banishes a lot. So the card summon off Gaze, the reason we set the Gaze here is because the turn after you use Gaze, we're just going to zoom in on the text here, the end phase of the next turn is when the card you fusion summon gets banished. So basically we're summoning on the opponent's turn on purpose, so we get this card until the end of our turn, and then it goes. So for example, if it came back to my turn after I summon this on the opponent's turn, I'm able to swing with it, negate with it, and then what you're going to want to do is link this away or fuse this away. So what I mean is you need to activate another spell. So let's just say I go ahead and activate Soul Servant, right? You don't even need a target, just activate Soul Servant, activate any spell on the turn after, and you're going to be able to fuse this Dragoon, banish this Dragoon and go into Dark Magician of Destruction. Dark Magician of Destruction will go effect to search, once again, Gaze of Timaeus. I'll add a second copy. Gaze of Timaeus, fantastic. whatever spell you used. If you use Prep, great. If you use Soul Servant, you can banish this and draw as well. Doesn't really matter. But the gameplay loop resets, right? You set the gaze again. Flip the gaze on the opponent's turn. Shuffle this back. Summon Dragoon, but not the same copy, right? It has to be a different one. But anyway, right? You can. I don't have a second Dragoon in this extra deck, but you can go into one of these, right? Go into the Dark Magicians, for example. Pardon me, apologies for that. But you see what I'm talking about? This is kind of the new gameplay loop of looping the Gaze of Timaeus. And it's a strong reason why I believe in future builds, we will be playing this at 2 to 3, right? Gaze of Timaeus just seems like a card we're going to be maxing out on moving forward. Let me know what you think of this, as well as the new combo loop. Because I really do think that that is the new future, right? I'm pretty sure Konami want us to keep looping Dark Magician of Destruction with the fusion we summon off Gaze, because this is going anyway, so this banishes it a bit earlier to just kind of reset the whole combo. And you might be wondering why that is. Well, I believe it's because Eternal Soul is unable to revive Dark Magician of Destruction while it's in the grave. Some people have said, oh, it's because you didn't properly fusion summon it. No, guys, this card can just never, as long as, like with the wording we have now, it must either be fusion summoned or special summoned from the extra deck by banishing a level 6 or higher dark spellcaster you control the turn a spell was used, right? Nothing on there mentions it like you must first do this, then you can do whatever. It strictly says, right, you need to either special this from extra by fusing or special this from extra by doing the cheat mechanic, but either way, you can only summon it once per turn as well. So people are like, oh, the search isn't once per turn, but it doesn't matter if you can only summon this card once per turn, right? So yeah, and yeah, Eternal Soul not being able to cheat this out really makes me think they really want us to kind of abandon Eternal Soul in Circle. And I still think these are great one-offs in a list, right? Don't get me wrong. I think you should still play like 1-on-1. But I definitely don't think they're necessary anymore at a higher number, right? I think just 1-on-1 is fine. And if you see them, great. If you don't, it's no biggie. You focus on your other plays. Soul Servant is a card that's really good now. And Salvation is honestly pretty good. Even Circle's better now because Circle has more targets to hit, right? We're playing 3 gaze now. 2 to 3 gaze, I would say. So Circle has more targets to hit. So this card gained value from the new support. These cards gained value from the new support because more cards that identifies Dark Magician for Soul Servant. And Salvation's a spell. And what does this guy need to be able to like do the contact fuse? He needs you to activate a spell. And this is just a free spell. You just slap on the field, set Eternal Soul, right? It's not the best card, but it can at least help with the whole Dark Magician of Destruction shenanigans. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to run a test hand. And then we'll finish off the video. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the whole Dark Magician loop, right? The new 1-card combo loop. Obviously, when you add more cards to that combo, when you start doing 2-card combos and stuff like that, the deck really opens up and you actually have a lot of different lines of play. But for now, we're strictly going to test I'm just going to show off 1-card combos. But of course, right now, this is going to be, yeah, just test hands. It's going to be a bit jank because the Gaze of Timaeus cards are bigger than all the other cards. But that's okay. I'm just ignoring it and just shuffling without looking. And we'll see how we go. All right. First hand, Super Polarization, Ash Blossom, Triple Tactics, Bestial Magnema. Well, this first hand is no engine. So we're gonna shuffle that hand away and we're gonna try again. Sometimes that's how it be. Sometimes like that'd be a pretty good hand going second as long as we top decked some engine to play with. But yeah, this deck can be bricky, and not only that, sometimes you gotta run disruptive cards and then you just have nothing. Alright, Gaze of Timaeus, Dark Magician, Illusion of Chaos, and Salvation. Let's see what we can do with this. I'm just gonna move the deck off screen. I think you really need to get Magician Souls here. So what we're going to do is go Illusion of Chaos as our opening play. We don't really have anything else to do, actually. So yeah, it's kind of our only play. If you get Ashed here, like you are literally passing turn. So that's just how Dark Magician be, baby. You can easily just put back the vanilla here. So we're going to do that. And then we're just going to go for Magician Souls to do pretty much exactly what we just did. We're going to summon the vanilla, put the Magician Souls into the graveyard. This is a great time for us to use a spell. So boom, bam, we're going to activate our Magician Salvation. This will get us Eternal Soul, but it's not very important to the combo that we're going to do, but that's fine. Like, having Eternal Soul is never bad, right? So, cool. Thanks, Salvation. We'll try and set it over here and not forget about it. So we've still got Gaze in the hand, 2 Gaze in the hand, actually, and Illusion of Chaos. So what we're going to do here is banish the Dark Magician. And that's going to let us go and fuse into Dark Magician of Destruction. We use his effect on summon to search. Hopefully not getting hand-trapped in the process. We would normally search Gaze here, but because we've opened 2 copies of Gaze, not just one, easily we're going to add Circle because we've got Eternal Soul set up as well. So now we can go for Circle, and that's going to reveal top 3. So I'm just going to shuffle up, and we'll look at top 3, all right? 1, Bestial Magnema, 2, Primite Roar, 3, Magician Souls. Unfortunately, nothing to add here. The fact Circle can't add DM monsters is a hate crime, but anyway, we'll just put the Bestial Magnema on top, but it's not going to matter too much. And yeah, we're kind of just chilling from here. Oh no, sorry, this should have been Magician's Rod. Yeah, no, sorry, I'm trolling. We're going to keep that in the clip though, but we should definitely add Magician's Rod, which is just a better version of this. Normal summon Rod then gets the Circle. Then we activate the Circle. We won't flip or reveal for Circle. Now we can link these away. This is the best part, right? We can link these away now, and we can mill a second Dark Magician if we want. So you got 2 options here. You can just link these 2 into IP, SP. IP or SP or any other link too, right? You can just go easy, link these away for IP, SP, set one of your Gaze of Timaeus, and off you go. Or you could even activate one and set the other. But here's what I think, especially with the double Gaze in the hand, here's what I think is better. Instead of going for SP, we're going to do some degenerate stuff. I'm not actually playing one of the cards for this. So maybe we're not. Yeah. Wait, I'm not playing one of the link 2s you kind of need to play to be able to do this line of play. So you know what? We're going to... Is there a way to mill a second Dark Magician? There is with the Blue Eyes link, but that means we're locked into dragons. Oh, but we can get around that with the Gaze of Timaeus, right? Yeah, okay. Actually, yeah, we are going to do it because we have double Gaze. All right, link Rod away for Spirit with Eyes of Blue. We'll go Spirit with Eyes... Oh, sorry, it's off screen, but you can see it, right? Spirit with Eyes of Blue effect. It's going to get Mausoleum from our deck, which I am still playing. Can be a little bit of an awkward card, but it can get you out of a lot of situations too. Mausoleum's going to take the place of Salvation. Mausoleum, just going to target something, doesn't really matter. Put Dark Magician in the grave, awesome. Now we're locked into dragons while Spirit's on the field. We're actually, normally I say, right, hold your Gaze for the opponent's turn. Because we've got the 2, we're going to activate Gaze, and we're going to shuffle back this Dark Magician that's in the grave that we just put there. Shuffle him back, and now we can make a fusion, right? Any fusion we like. Well, I think you know the perfect fusion for this setup because we've got the Circle and we've got the Eternal Soul. We're going to go into the Dragon Knight. He is a dragon, so yeah, that's pretty damn cool. You trigger Circle if there's anything. Now we can link these 2 away and go into Spheres, which this is going to be insane, actually. This is going to be a really nice end board. Go into Spheres, the Heavenly Spheres. Card's insane. And yeah, from here, we've still got Circle, Eternal Soul, and our hand looks like Gaze, Illusion of Chaos. So we'll set the second copy of Gaze. And now on the opponent's turn, pardon me, I'm just going to move the spheres down here so you can actually see it. But on the opponent's turn, here's all the things we're going to do. Where we've got the spheres tribute to bounce. We've got the Gaze to shuffle back our friend here and summon out any Dark Magician fusion, which is 99% of the time going to be Dragoon. We've got the flip up Eternal Soul, summon out the Dragon Knight, and then trigger Circle for a banish. And then, of course, you've got, lastly, the Heretic Seal. And the cool thing is, if you do all this, right, if you use the Dragoon Negate, like, because we've still got that Illusion of Chaos in there, and we can discard for Dragoon Negate. We've used Dragoon Negate, we've used the Circle Banish, and our opponent's still playing. Well, that's where you're going to use Spheres, right? But if they don't, if they just pass, this might seem kind of insane, but you can go Spheres and just bounce your Circle back to your hand, and you have the chance to activate it again this turn and hit another card. It's okay, it's not ideal, like there's a better target in the deck for doing this, and I'm sure anyone who's played the Primite engine knows exactly where I'm going with this. If you do have Lordly Load, this is the better target. Normally if your opponent doesn't have anything to do and they pass back, you go Spheres, bounce Lordly Load, and then you can search again. Of course, this is kind of coming from a win more perspective, like clearly your opponent wasn't doing well if you're literally Seals bouncing your own card, right? But I thought it was important to show off that the deck can end on stuff like this now, right? Like, that's kind of crazy, if you got to ask me. Like a month ago, weeks ago, if you said we could end on this in DM, thanks to a Searchable Eye of Timaeus, I'd be like, nah, bro, like, you're trolling. But this is how it be nowadays. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll catch you on the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, because I'll have plenty more. And yeah, I'll see you guys then. Peace.